Hello and welcome back. We're down on the carpet for a change. We haven't had anything out and running down here for a while, so I'm down in the middle of the railway. And I've got this great set here. This is RS.62. This was available between, I think, 65 and 69, but I think my variant is a later one, mainly by the inside of the box, I think is the thinking on that, but we'll have a look at that shortly. But I'd like to wish a happy 50th birthday to Richard Priest. His daughter Sophie got in touch with me and asked if I would wish him happy birthday. I believe he's quite enthusiastic about the Tri-ang, so I hope you're having a great day, and hope you enjoy this look at this terrific set. So there we are. It's an absolutely wonderful picture, isn't it? Look at those cooling towers in the background. Great cars sitting there on the edge. If you look at the words across the bottom here, it says smoking locomotive, 2 operating transporters, 12 cars and a brake van. So it's a terrific set of contents. I'm just going to lift the lid up, and we've got the original corrugated card on the inside. We'll just have a look at the end of the box and see if I can manhandle that around. We do have some writing on there, so that's pricing of some sort. I'm not sure whether that's original pricing or subsequent pricing as a second-hand set. I'm not quite sure what these refer to here, but they may refer to some sort of stock code or something. So there is the set number, RS.62. Let's just have a quick look down the other side. I think one of the corners is sadly split on this box. It's not a perfect example. And let's have a look down that side. And there we've got the set number on there. So it is printed on there. That isn't a sticky label, and you've got these price spots there. So let's see if we can put this gently down. So we've got lots of staples. They haven't gone too rusty there. There's the split corner down there. So I'm just going to stand this safely out of the way for now. Excuse me, leaning over there. I think if we put that the other way round, we might get that in shot at a later date, perhaps. Let's see if we can put that there. That really is a stunning picture, isn't it? As I say, the set isn't perfect. There were a number of damaged parts when it came to me, and I think there was a couple of cars missing, so I've replaced some, and it doesn't have its instructions. So this was original packing. I think this was put on to keep everything in place. So we'll just pop that out of the way. And that must have been really quite exciting to open that and have all of those items there. Excuse the gimbal just trying to settle into what we're doing there. Now I have to excuse this. This is the smoking element. I've got that just removed and wrapped in a little bit of cloth there. So we'll just pop that to one side. So I don't think we'll be running the locomotive anywhere near quick enough to get smoke coming from it today. I'll just put that safely to one side. And you see there is quite a bit of damage in this packaging. It is very fragile. It's very thin in places. So I think it's done quite well to survive over the years. Let's just have a look over the other side, see if we can come more overhead on there. We can see these terrific set of colours on these cars. So we'll just have a look down there. Let's pick a couple of these out and have a quick look over them. Now, I'm not going to embarrass myself by saying what cars these are. We'll have a look underneath. So my recognition of vehicles is quite poor, and I have to say I'm struggling to read that in that chromed printing down there. Let's have a look, see what we have there. Is that Hillman Imp? I think that is a Hillman Imp. So it is very, very shiny, and it is an amazing colour. So we'll pop that one down. We'll have a look at this bright red one. I think that might be the Alpine, possibly the Alpine. Let's have a look underneath there. It's number 7, and I think they all had numbers, and I think that is a Sunbeam Alpine. I can just read that in there. So a rather pretty looking motor car. So let's put that down there. So hopefully a little later on we'll get this circle of track. Well, it's not a circle, it's an oval, quite a small oval. We'll get it down on the carpet here, and we'll get the whole lot running. We'll try and keep the video a little shorter than some of the previous ones, I think. So let's just have a look at one more of the cars. So this lovely green one here. It's a beautiful shade of green, especially against that yellow, isn't it? So we'll just have a glance over that. They really are lovely things. So that's number 5. That's an Austin A60, I think that says there. Very, very shiny. Got a tow hook on it. So they make a lovely sort of rattle. Those axles on the plastic work there. So I will get all this set up. So let's have a look over it. Let's pinch out one of these car transporters. So these were R342. I think they were new in '65. It was the year that the amalgamation happened with the Hornby 00. So new models. So quite a lovely thing. It's got a deck that raises up, and if you look at the insert picture there, you can see I've just got a couple of still shots there of it raised and the ramps. But, quite a lot of play value. I don't think they made an unloading sort of ramp or attachment for the platforms to go with this. Sadly, it would have been quite a nice thing. You just see those that come out there. So we won't get too bogged down in that. It's quite difficult to move these things around with just the one hand at the moment. So the locomotive, it's a smoking version of the Ginty. So that's a R52, long-running model. I think the first Ginties came along in the mid-50s, and I think they lasted right up until the mid-late 70s, I think. And then there was a new version in the late 70s. So that's in fairly nice condition. It did have one of its steps broken off when it came to me. It was floating around in the box, but I can't tell you at the moment, looking at it, which one it was. It glued back in quite successfully, but it does run. Haven't run it for a while, but last time I was running this, I didn't have the smoke element in it. So you have to run them rather fast for it to happen, but again, fairly good shape. Tiny bit of a bend in that rear coupling there, isn't there? So we'll pop that down. I'll just leave that balanced there, and there is an oval of track here. It's not too bad a condition. The odd sleeper missing, so I will probably get this track down, give it a light clean, and we'll see if we can get it running. So it's got a power clip. We should have had a look at that guards van, shouldn't we? Or brake van. So there's the Super 4 power connecting clip. Lovely things those, nice and heavyweight, and there is a uncoupling ramp there, so we'll pop that in and we'll see if we can give that a go as well. A really fun item to put in a set, I think. So we'll just put that down and we'll have a look at one of the straights. And the flish plate looks a little corrosion just beginning to set in there, but I think it has all of its sleepers. This perfect half sleeper ends on this example. So they get damaged quite easily. So let's have a look at the guards van. So I'm thinking that the earlier sets had a cardboard inner rather than a moulded plastic one. And I think the earlier R16 brake van would have been used. This is the slightly later one. I think this is... I'm just going to look at my notes because I can't remember the number. Excuse the wobbling camera here. So R636, I think it changed in 67. So this could be a 67, 68 version of the set, and somebody's glued the guard on the back there with a green flag. So this is the slightly longer wheelbase version of the van, the slightly later variant. Again, this variant went on into the early 80s, I think. The earlier variant with the slightly shorter wheelbase and different design, R16, appeared in the late 50s, I think, and up until the late 70s when this one... Sorry, late 60s when this one came along. So quite a lovely group of items. I think this car transporter, I can't get that back in at the moment, was new to the range in 65. Now, I think the sets originally came with a catalogue in it, and this one didn't. But I do have the 65 catalogue here. So I thought it would be quite good just to have a glance over it. So I think this is the last one with Tri-ang Railways on. If we just have a look at that, it's quite a lovely image. I'm not quite sure what that stamp represents there. Is that a price? Or I can't quite read it there. Does it say Rovex and above it says 3D there. It's got the stamped price is crossed out. So I wonder if anybody knows what that pricing means. So again, a lovely image. So we'll just pop that down and we'll see if we can have a glance through it. And that is quite an exciting set of pictures already. That lovely EM2 there. And then we've got the Holiday Express with the B12. We've got the blue Pullman, a very evocative set of images, I think, there. I think these are illustrations, perhaps derived from photographs, but they do look illustrated rather than photographic, I think. So we'll just flip over into the next page. And we've got some quite lovely looking sets here with is that a Nelly on the side of there? Yeah, it definitely says Nelly. And then we've got what looks like the Freight Master set there. And then we've got the Old Smoky. That was an interesting set. I think that may have been originally weathered. And great looking utility van. I've got one of those. We must get that one out again. It's a fun looking item. And there is the RS.62 set there. You see, with a full set of 12 cars there. And there's the contents of the set. So it consists of an 060 locomotive with synchro smoke. So it's got the latest style smoke unit. 2 car transporters, 12 cars, ER brake van, oval of Super 4 track with ramp for automatic uncoupling. Now it doesn't mention the power clip, so maybe the power clips are a later addition. Somebody's just dropped it in over the years. So the lovely snow plow, the snow rescue set, the crash train set, and the Defender. Oh, that's quite a thing. If only the lamps were that bright, eh? So very exciting pictures. Look at that exploding car in the background. That's terrific. And of course you could have had one of the caps in there to make the bang as the striker blows off the sides. I'm just going to shuffle around on the floor. I'm becoming quite uncomfortable. My legs are going dead kneeling down on the floor. So excuse the shuffling around there. So we'll move on through, and it is just lovely, very, very strong imagery all the way through, isn't it? We've got these terrific sets here. We've got the Davy Crockett. I don't know whether it was a set, sold as a set with the caboose. I think it may have been sold as the set with just the 2 coaches and no caboose, possibly marketed with a caboose in Canada, I think. We've got the Caledonian single and those lovely Caledonian style coaches. Got the double-ended diesel, blue and yellow livery there. DMU with centre car, and again the blue Pullman or the Midland Pullman, and the Rocket with 3 coaches. So I think it was later sold in a set with 3 coaches. I think originally the presentation set just had possibly the single coach in it. I do have it and I can't remember for some reason. What have we got down here? We've got crew, smoke, magnesium, and 1 railway coach. Yeah, so there we go. Stephenson's rocket train consists of rocket locomotive with crew, smoke, magnesium, and 1 of the coaches, and the coaches are separately there. R621, I believe each coach has a different name. We've got Experience, Times, and Dispatch, I think that says there. So perhaps time to dig out the Rocket again for a bit of a look. And a great page full of locomotives there. And we've got magnesium there, showing the benefits of it, pulling all of those coaches up that slope. We've got the wonderful English Electric, or the Class 37. Gorgeous livery, that. Really, really beautiful. All those locomotives. We've got a Bud rail car there. Really is a fine group of locomotives. So we've got the I'll get the words out here. Dock shunter there, and then we've got the TC version of it without the buffers and the hazard stripes on it. Look there. So and we've got the Bobo Electric. So this is the year it was absorbed into the range, I think. being a Hornby 00 model. So let's just have a look at that. Lovely set of coaches again. And those figures, that's a nice graphic image there with those figures on the bottom left of the page. And I think that forms part of the early sort of NATO, possibly battle space type, what went on to be battle space range. So it's already an extensive range of coaches and liveries. That's a wonderful looking continental style coach there. Again, we haven't had those on the railway for quite some time. Continental wagon lit sleeping car, built-in interior fittings. Again, we've got cranes there, and the TC version of the crane. Great looking hopper wagon, a snowplow wagon, a B12, working hard there with some freight and a couple of tankers in there. And again, we've got the NATO wagons. This is sort of the precursor to the battle space type range. And the log unloading car, exploding car, travelling post office, and the giraffe car, although I think they were mainly in yellow. I haven't seen one in that colour. Some fine operating accessories here as well. The automatic relay type set there for doing various things, signals, points, and swapping trains around. The cleaning brush. I don't think this bridge came along at this point, although it possibly was in the range in the 70s. CKD kits you could build yourself. So as you can see, it is a really lovely set of items, and you could have spent hours looking at these. And you've got the Super 4 points, the different versions of the level crossings, and then you've got the TC, or the Continental type track bumper it's called here, rather than the buffer. I do have one of those tucked away somewhere. I picked it up in one of those as a rummage type boxes. Great suspension bridge, and the extension set. So I have acquired an extension set, and it had been my intention to use it on the railway with the layout, but layout didn't quite take the form I thought it was going to take, as we've seen in other videos. Again, great use of the stations there. Turntable, this locomotive blowing smoke here. Nice effects. I think this is a combination of photography and illustrative retouching, perhaps. I think these must be model land buildings here. So I think we find ourselves at the back page. I hope you enjoyed seeing that. So we'll just have a quick look over that, and then I'll get this track down on the floor, and we'll see if we can have a little running. So there it is, the RS.62 train set down on the carpet, I suppose, where it was designed to be, really. Let's just come back a little bit. It's purring away merrily there. And I've got it on a old Tri-ang P4 controller there, Tri-ang Railway, so I thought that was sort of age specific, really. And we'll just go in tight for another few laps and see what we can see. So I think you'd have been very pleased to have received this for a birthday or Christmas, perhaps. A great group of items, as I keep saying. I'm just going to flip the camera around now, and we'll widen it a little, I think, and we'll see if we can have a bit of a play with it. So excuse me while I move the controller and sit down a little closer. So again, this is probably better off when you're not using the camera. So let's bring that to a stop there, and we'll back that up onto the uncoupling ramp. Let's see if we can successfully do this. Ooh, a bit too jerky there. Let's roll that forward again, and then roll that backwards. There, so we're on the uncoupling ramp there. Sorry, I wasn't watching where I was pointing the camera, so hopefully she'll roll away now. So there, that could be hours of fun. You just need a set of points. Now, I'm not going to couple up to the brake van there. I don't think that will look right. I'm sure it could. But let's turn that all the way back round. And we'll couple up nice and gently. So hopefully we've got that. You can hear the slight growliness of the controller. It's very sort of mechanical. So I think we'll give that a little bit more power, perhaps up to train set speed. I think that's as quick as I want to go, actually. There's plenty more on the controller. But I think that's probably it for today. Thanks again for watching, and happy birthday again to Richard Priest. Hope you have a great day. And if you look back again next time, we'll try and have something else interesting from the range to look at. Goodbye now.